Hello, welcome to Bits in Biology. My name's Liz, and today I'm going to do a play-along video of Waypoints. Waypoints is a print-and-play roll-and-write game designed by Matthew Dunstan and Rory Muldoon, with artwork by Rory Muldoon, and published by Postmark Games in 2023. It is also the 2023 Golden Geek winner for the best print-and-play board game, which in my own opinion, spoiler for any review I might do, but I think is well-deserved. There are, at the moment, 3 maps for this game. What you're looking at right now is the first map. This is the second map that they published. And this is the third map that they published. I believe that there are 5 maps in all that are planned, and there are also a bunch of fan-made maps that are available, I believe, through their Discord, but you can get there through the forums on Board Game Geek. There are also monthly challenges posted on Board Game Geek for this game. If you're interested in playing along and you don't already have a copy of Waypoints, you can go to postmarkgames.com and purchase it. It is a print and play game, so you can purchase it for £4 sterling, or that's about $5 US. And like I said, there are 3 maps that they have designed so far, and I believe there are 5 that are planned, and they're all very high quality maps. They do have low ink versions as well, so if you don't want to use this much color, what I've done here is printed this off and then laminated it. So that I can use the same sheet over and over. Waypoints is played over a series of 4 hikes split into several turns for each. Each turn, players are going to draw a path from one waypoint to another on their map, showing the route that they are taking on their current hike. Each waypoint reached will provide the player with points and possibly abilities that can be used on future turns. The game ends once the 4th and final hike is completed. So what you see here is a map. This is a map of Whistling Water National Park. Of course, this is an imaginary location, and this is a topographic map where you see these contour lines that would represent changes in elevation. We have White Peak River that runs through the map, and we have various lakes and woodlands, and these orange dots are representing what are called waypoints, and these are different features or animals in the park that you can visit on your hikes. On each turn, you will be rolling a die. So for instance, if we had rolled a 5, we would count from our present location. So if we are at the start, we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would tell us how many movement points we have and what the weather is. The weather at this moment is rainy, and we have 2 movement points. Each movement point can be used to cross a line, either a contour line or a grid line on the map. And our goal is to move from one waypoint to another, collecting points and possibly special abilities along the way. There are 3 animals that we can see on our hike, and that is a bear, a rabbit, or a bird. Of course, the bird encompasses a lot of different animals, doesn't it? Other waypoints that we might visit along our hike would be mountaintops. We could take a picture. So these binoculars, these would be scenic points, I guess, where we could take a picture of something. These compasses, which will give us one of any of these other 3 special abilities that I'll talk about in a minute, and these other lookout points that simply give us points towards our end game score. So as we see more bears, we gain the ability to use kayaks, which will allow us to travel down the river, crossing up to 3 of these grid lines. As we see more rabbits, we will gain a coat that we can carry with us, and that is going to allow us on cold days or rainy days when there's bad weather, when we get 1 or 2 movement points, that's going to give us 3 additional movement points. As we see more birds, we gain the ability to use this hang glider, and what that is when we reach a mountaintop, if we have a hang glider available, we can immediately glide to another non-mountain waypoint that is in a square that is orthogonally adjacent to the grid square that we're in, or in the same grid square we're in. So for instance, if we were hang gliding from this mountain right here, we could see this bird, or we could visit one of these orthogonally adjacent waypoints, these binoculars over here, this rabbit here, this bear, this waypoint here, this compass. You could technically visit a campsite, but I'll talk more about these in a minute. That's not something you want to do in the middle of your day. Just like when you're on a real hike, right? You would not want to necessarily stop at your campsite in the middle of the day unless you're having a particularly rough day. Or we could visit this bear. Now notice if we are gliding from this mountain here, we can't visit waypoints that are diagonally adjacent. So just those that are orthogonally adjacent. Okay, that covers our special abilities. When we reach a mountaintop, we are going to score a number of points equal to the first number in the elevation for that mountain. And at the end of the day, we are hoping to end up at a campsite, and that is represented by these 6 different campfire symbols that are on the board. Now, when you are playing a multiplayer game, you don't have to end your day at a campsite, but it will give you a bonus if you do. So if you do manage to end your day at a campsite, you get a ×2 bonus for the journal scoring of the day, and I'll go through these in a minute. In the solo game, there are 2 levels of difficulty. There is easy and hard. They've skipped medium entirely. If you are playing the easy version, in order to win, you have to end your day at a campsite at least 3 out of the 4 days. If you're playing the hard level, you would have to end at a campsite for all 4 days. If you fail to meet those requirements, then you have lost. So let's take a look at these journal bonuses. There are 4 different ones that you can use on the 4 different days. Each one can only be used once, but you can choose which one you are using on any particular day, and you don't have to decide till the end of the day. This says that you get 1 point per waypoint that is not the same that you visited during your hike that day. This one says you get 2 points for each waypoint that is the same that you visited on your hike that day. This one says you get 3 points per pair or more of the same waypoints. So for instance, if I visited 2 bears and 2 rabbits, that would give me 6 points. And if I visited 2 bears and 3 rabbits, that would still just be 6 points. And then this one will give me 1 point for each grid square that I went through during my hike that day. There are also goals that you have overall for the whole 4-day hike that you're going on. And the way that these are determined, you can either choose one at the start of your adventure, or, and this is what we're going to do, we can spin a pen, and wherever it points, well, that's hilarious, it's not pointing at any of them. Let's try this again. Okay, so we're pointing down here at number 4. And the 4th goal, and that's D. You can see we have D here. And so goal D, I'm going to circle this, is I get 3 points per bridge that I cross. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bridges on the map. I get 3 points per bridge that I cross, so potentially up to 21 points, and I get 10 additional points if I manage to cross each bridge. So that's going to be our goal for the game. We don't assess that until the end of the 4th day. All right, let's get started. We start with 2 water bottles, and we know what our goal is, and we first need to roll a die to see what campsite we're going to start at. So, looks like we're going to start at campground 3 or campsite 3. I'm going to put an X there at the end of each day. I'm going to put an X at wherever I end up so that we can more easily keep track of the different waypoints that we visit during the day. All right, let's get started on our hike. And if you are following along, you may need to pause. I'm going to leave in all of my pauses since this is a play along video, so I'm going to not edit out any lengthy pauses or anything like that when I'm stumped for what to do. So, but you still may need to pause, and if you need to do so, then that's fine. Oh, look at that. What a nice start. It's a sunny day. We can see that by the sunshine, and we have 5 movement points. let's see. Our goal is to cross all of these bridges. So maybe what I want to do first is get through this bridge. Is that what I want to do first? No, I think, let's head over this way. So we can only cross the river on the bridges. Let's see. One thing to keep in mind as we're going through, I really do want to accumulate at least one kayak, one coat, and one glider. Those are very useful. These compasses are extremely useful because this backpack counts as any one of these bonuses over here. If I manage to accumulate 4 backpacks, that's 5 points. And if I manage to visit, I think there's only 5 on here, then we would get all 5. We would get 15 points. All right, let's see. Let's go 1. What are we going to do after that? Maybe we want to get some binoculars. No, we should probably, that's 1. Let's go this way. 2, 3. I'm going to go through those woods. 4, 5. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I used all 5 movement points to get to that rabbit. So I'm going to circle the rabbit. I crossed through a woodland, and what that allows me to do is to circle one of these animals. Let's go for a bear track. Now we're getting closer to getting a kayak and a coat. All right, let's go to the next phase of our journey. Oops, you can't see that. I rolled a 2. That gives us, rainy day. We only get 2 movement points. Oh, okay, let's visit this compass over here. That's only 2 movement points to get that. I really like these compasses. And so we circle that, we get a backpack. Next, pause if you need to, if you're playing along. 6. Oh, I hate rolling 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That lessens the number of different turns you get in a day. We have 4 movement points to use. Now, keeping in mind that we're getting very close to the end of the track and we need to end our day at a campsite. I'm choosing to play on easy level, so we only need to end at a campsite for 3 out of the 4 days. I always try for all 4 just because you get these bonuses down here. But in order to win the game in a solo game, we only need to end our day at 3 of them. So we have 4 movement points. It's another sunny day. 2, 3. Maybe we might have to use a water bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that would be 6. We would have to use 2 water bottles. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Maybe we'll visit that bird. Man, we're so far away from that campsite though. What if we go 1, 2, 3? That's still 6 if we go to those binoculars. I think I'm going to go to the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go to the bear because that's going to allow me to visit this lake over here. I'm going to end up using the 2 water bottles that I start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I cross out those 2 water bottles, but I did visit a lake over here, so I do get to circle another water bottle. And I get to circle the next space on the bear track. So we have already earned a kayak. I do like these waypoints here. I can't remember what these are called. I think trig points. Interesting. That must be a map term that I am not familiar with. If you know anything about trig points, please put it in the comments. Also, at the end of this game, whatever score you get, put that in the comments. And if you manage to end at least 3 of your 4 days at a campsite. Okay, I'm hoping to get 2 more turns, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our last turn of the day. It's looks like partly sunny. We only have 2 movement points and we only have 1 water bottle. Oh dear. 1, 2. We need 3 movement points to get to that campsite. And we can't visit, well, we wouldn't be able to visit a waypoint anyway in the middle. So let's see. We can cross over where we've already been. Visiting this lake again won't do us any good because we've already been there, so we don't get to double up on it. But that's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put an X there because we are ending our day at campsite number 1. And I have to use a water bottle, so we have no spare water bottles at the moment, although we're going to get 2 here in a moment. As you can see here, we get 2 water bottles at the end of the day. May as well do that right now before we forget. All right, and now we did end at a campsite, so we do get a bonus. Let's see, we visited a rabbit, compass, and a bear, so 3 different waypoints. So maybe, and we crossed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad, but I think I can do better. We'll just do this first one. 1 point for each waypoint that is not the same, and we get this ×2 bonus, so it would be 3 points, and instead it's going to be 6 points. All right, we got our 2 water bottles. Now we're going on to day 2 in Whistling Waters National Park. Oh, yikes, 6. That's terrible luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and it's a cold day, so we only have 1 movement point. Well, we can visit this compass over here, and we get to cross this bridge. We're going to visit this lake and go to that compass. So we got a water bottle because we visited a lake, and we got another backpack. Now, keeping in mind that I need to remember I have these 2 backpacks. They can be used as either a kayak, a coat, or a glider at any point, and I can use as many of those as I want to on the same turn. There's no limit. You can use multiple special actions on the same turn. All right, so we ended at that compass. Next, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A rainy day, only 2 movement points. Oh my goodness. Well, this is not the best. We need to cross that bridge. Let's see, 1, 2, it would take 3 movement points to get to that rabbit. Oh, there's one of those. There's another compass. I notice that all of the trig points are in the corner of the map. I wonder, for you cartographers out there, there must be a reason that those have been placed in the corners of the map. Those are the only places they occur. But that's enough procrastinating. We have 2 movement points. Let's go visit this rabbit over here. 1, 2, so we're going to have to use up a water bottle because we used 3 movement to get to that rabbit. We're going to circle this next spot on the rabbit track. So now we have a coat to use on a bad weather day, and we have a kayak if we want to use it. That might be useful. Well, it could be useful just about any time, really. Okay, next up, next turns. Remember, always pause if you need to, if you're following along. Ooh, 2 is always nice, except that, look, it's another rainy day. Man, today is not a great day for hiking. It's cold and rainy. Sounds like where I grew up in Seattle. All right, not usually actually very cold there, but definitely rainy a lot. All right, 2 movement points. Well, I think that's going to get us to these binoculars, and we get to cross another bridge. So we used, we used 1, 2, 3 movement points to get to those binoculars. Whew. I don't think we could have done better, though. I think everything would have been at least 3 movement points. So we cross off a water bottle, and circle these binoculars. So we're at a lookout point. We can take a picture. So we get to choose a waypoint that we haven't visited in the same grid square or an orthogonally adjacent grid square. And then we would circle or fill in the next space on the track as if we had visited it, and we have to cross it off so we can't visit it in the future. So let's take a look at where we've been. We've been to a compass, we've been to a rabbit. We've already visited the rabbit in our square, so there's nothing we can visit over here. We could visit the bird, a bird or a compass or a bear. And I want to be thinking about these bonuses. So we've already visited a compass. Maybe we visit another compass point. So we're going to use our camera to visit a compass point. And we have to cross that off. We can't now visit that point. All right, that takes care of that turn. We are near the end of the track. I hope we get 2 more turns, but we might only get 1 more turn. And the nearest campsite that we can make it to is way up here. So goodness gracious. Or we could use our kayak. Let's see what we roll. Oh, come on, we want a 2. It would be lovely to get a 2 for a little bit of sunshine in the afternoon of our hike. Oh no, of course not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we just circle this last one here because we rolled a 5. So this is the end of our day. It's partly sunny, so a little bit of sun broke out from that rain. We've only got 2 movement points. Now we do have a coat we can use, so let's see what we're looking at. We're going to end up crossing back over that bridge. It's 2 movement points just to get to the bridge, and then another 2 movement points to get to that campsite. So I think we're going to want to use our coat. Yeah, because it's 4 movement points and we only have 2. So we're going to have to use our coat. We get 3 additional movement points. I'm going to cross off our coat. And we get 1, 2, back over the bridge, 3, and 4 to get to that campsite. We put an X there. Man, we're not getting very many movement. So we used up our coat to get to our campsite. And I think, let's see, we have, how many grid squares? Oh, we only went through 3 grid squares. That's not great. We did visit 2, oh, I don't think that counts. That doesn't count, the 2 compasses, because we didn't actually visit it. We just looked at it from this lookout point. So I don't think we can count that. So, oh, let's take a look at bridges. Oh no, that's not one of these. Sorry, I was looking over here. Oh, goodness. Well, we don't have any that are the same. We don't have any pairs, so I guess we're going to have to use this one here for how many grid squares we went through, but that was only 3 because we started over here. We have 1, 2, and 3. Oh, 4. We have 4. Okay, we do get to double our bonus because we ended at a campsite, so that's going to be 4 points times 2 is 8. And we get our 2 water bottles for the end of the day. So now we have right now 3 water, not too bad. Let's hope we get a few low numbers in our die rolls, because right now our hike has been a bunch of not great weather. And we have not made it very far because, oh, you can't see that. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 movement. We have a partly cloudy day. 3 movement. I want to be thinking about the fact that the only 2 bonuses I have left need waypoints that are the same. So let's be thinking about that. I haven't visited any mountains yet. You know, maybe what if I did a kayak? 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe if I just did 1, 2 and went up here to this bear, it gets me closer to that bridge. Something to think about. Yeah, let's see. So I start here, 1, 2, cross that bridge. Maybe I should just go to the mountain. I don't have a hang glider yet. What about 1, 2? I have 3 movement points. Seems like a waste, but it is a bird. Can I visit other birds? My turn. Doesn't seem likely. Bears seem likely though. 1, 2. It's another 2 movement points to get to that bear. But if I go to this lake, oh, that would cost me a water. It seems like a not great decision. 1, 2. Let's visit this bear up here, I think. 1, 2, we cross the bridge and then hop on the river. 1, 2, and then we get 3, 4. We'd have to use 1 water. Let's do that. 1, 2, let's cross over the bridge. And then we're gonna hop in our kayak and go down the river. We've crossed 1 grid line, 2 grid lines. And we're gonna hop off and cross 2 more contour lines to visit that bear. And we used 4 movement points, right? 1, 2, these were in our kayak, 3, 4, so I have to cross out a water bottle. All right, next. Oh, I want a 2. Let's see if we can roll 2. No, 3. Well, 2 movement points, not the best weather. So we had partly cloudy to start our morning with, and now late morning we have rain. Lots of rain. I think we're hiking in the North Cascades or something, right? Maybe we're out in the rainforest. Let's see. I would like to make it to another bear, and I would like to get across this bridge. We're not near the end of our day yet. We're still late morning. Here's another compass over here. That would get me 5 points. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Just to get across the bridge, that's 3 movement points. Oh, we only have 2. Well, I can look in my backpack and get a coat. Maybe it's a rain jacket, and that's going to let us hike a little bit further. Oh, here's one of these trig points. I was wrong. There's not just 4, there's 5. Here's one right in the middle of the map. That would be worth 5 points to go visit. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would take 5 points to get there. I only have 2 movement points, but if I use a coat, that gives me 3 additional points, which brings me up to 5. Let's do that. I'm going to cross out one of these backpacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to visit this trig point right there. Circle that. That's 5 points. Okay. Still would like to get another bear. Now we rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Partly sunny. We get 4 movement points. So the sun is trying to break out. We're really close to the end of our day. We got to see what campsite we might want to end up at. Probably, trickiness. Probably over here. Let's see, I have 4 movement points. 1, 2, cross that bridge. Oh, really? 3, 4 would get me to this compass. I haven't visited a compass yet. I'm trying to get a like things, but it's not looking like it's happening. Well, might not get any bonus points this time. Okay, 1, 2, across the bridge, 3, 4. There's all of our movement points, and we end up at that compass, and that is securing us another backpack. In my mind, it's not gaining another backpack. I'm just gaining gear in my backpack. This must be an inflatable kayak. Okay, so we visited that compass. I circled that, and we used 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 movement points we crossed. So we only have 2 more bridges to cross in order to get our big bonus over here. Okay, so I would like to, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would like to roll a 4 or less. I would love to roll a 1. That would be ideal. Well, at least it's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So partly cloudy. Terrible weather today for our hike. I get 3 movement points, and definitely on my next turn I'm going to need to end up at a campsite. So, oh man, is there any way for me to cheaply can't get to that bear without going back over my bridge. Can I get to this bear? What else have I visited? I visited a bear. Let's see. I visited a bear and a trig point and a compass. Oh, I could try and get to this trig point. Let's see. And that would cross us. Let's see. We're definitely going to cross this lake or visit that lake so that we can get a water bottle. Circle that. All right. What if I did 1, cross the bridge, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 3 movement points. That would cost me 2 water bottles, but look, I can visit another lake. Let's do that. Okay, I have not used any movement points yet. I'm going to cross 1, cross the bridge. I get 2, 3, 4. Visit that other lake, so circle a water bottle. And 5. Okay, so I used 5 movement points to get to that other trig point. I'm going to circle that. I had 3, so I have to cross off 2 water bottles. Used a lot of water to get there. But it was worth 6 points to me, so that's pretty good. All right, it really doesn't matter what I roll, but we'll just roll anyway. Roll a 3, so we're here. We have 2 movement points. It's partly sunny at the end of our day. And 1, 2, oh dear, this is going to 3, 4. It's going to take me 4 movement points to get to that campsite. So there's 1, 2, go next to the rabbit, 3, 4. Okay. So I use up my last 2 water bottles. Now I could use a coat because I had only 2 movement points. But let's not do that. Oh, should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to use a Q-tip to erase my X. It is already wet. This is okay. So these 2 were circled. And I had crossed off that one because I thought I was going to use it, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use a coat instead because I only had 2 movement points, and I moved 4 instead of just 2 to get to my campsite. I managed to visit 2 trig points on my hike today. Man, I moved through a lot of grid squares. Too bad that's already used up. But I did end at a campsite, so I do get the bonus. So I have equal 2 trig points, so I can use this one right here. I'm going to circle my ×2 bonus. So it was 2 points for visiting 1 that are equal, or 2 that are equal. Oh, how does that work? I can't remember how that works. 2 points for each waypoint of 1 type visited on this hike. Oh, so that's actually 4. So 4 times 2 is 8. All right, we are going into our last day. So first we get our 2 water that we get at the end of our day. We are going into the 4th day of our hike. Man, we have had terrible weather. We had some sun at the very start of our hike, and since then it's been either, oh, we had some sun breakout earlier today. Okay, well now we've had a good night's sleep, and look at that, we rolled a 2, and it's raining. So we get up, we pack up camp in the rain, and we have 2 movement points. Oh, I used that kayak. I didn't cross it out. I haven't visited any mountains, too. That's a lot to get there. I have 1 more bridge to go over, and I want to end at that campsite there, and we're looking at pairs of things. So maybe let's go visit this bear. I have 2 movement points. That's what I need. 1, 2 to visit that bear. All right, next. Oh, another 2. That's lovely, although it's still just partly cloudy, but at least it stopped raining. So we have 3 movement points. 1, 3, that would be 5 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4 movement points to get to the bird. That's only worth a point to us. What about to this other compass? Oh, that's worth 10 points. Let's go there. 1, 2, and it only took our 2 movement points. Oh, and we had 3, so actually, was there a lake we could have visited? Only if we used a water bottle. Oh well. Okay, so that's great. Let's circle this. I'm not using up my backpacks, but look, I made it all the way to the end. I must have visited all of the compasses. We are very close to another trig point. So let's see what we roll here. That would be worth 7 points to us. We rolled a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and still partly cloudy. Now I have 3 movement points. 1, 2, oh, I can visit this lake. 1, 2, 3, and end at that trig point. So I get to circle another water bottle, and I get to circle that trig point. Man, we're on a meandering hike for the horrible weather we've had. Now I want to get across that bridge and end my day at that campsite, but so far I visited, or I saw a bear. I went to this lookout point here with the compass, this trig point. I wonder if this is like when you're hiking and you know those metal plates, the USGS metal plates that are marking a particular point. I wonder if that's what that is. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Ooh, it's a 6. 6. Oh, wow, this is going to be a short day. We have 4 movement points. Well, I guess we should visit that bear. 1, 2, 3, 4 movement points to get to the bear. Okay. Doesn't get us any points, though. But we did visit another bear, and so we have satisfied this pair of things. We can't make it to another compass because we visited all of those, and we won't be able to make it to another trig point. And, oh, I really hope I roll a 1. Please roll a 1. Whoa! That is great! Now, that only gets us 1 movement point, but we can use a coat to make that 4. It's a cold day. We had some partly sunny weather in the midday, and now it's getting cold. So let's use a coat to give us 4 movement points. Maybe we'll visit that mountain. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to make it really hard to get to that campsite and across that bridge, but I think we can do it. That mountain is worth 10 points. Oh, and we have, well, we can use a glider from one of our backpacks. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the way mountains work is that is worth 10 points, my first mountain. And I'm going to use a glider. Did I cross out? Oh dear. I don't remember if I crossed one of these out to give me 3 movement points. I think I must have because I was talking a lot about it. Well, we also have enough water bottles. So I'm pretty sure I did cross it out. Now we're going to use a glider. We can go to an orthogonally adjacent square or to a waypoint that's in our same square. So let's see. Maybe we'll go, what's going to get us the most points? The rabbit's going to get us an additional 3 points. The binoculars could get us an additional 6 points because we could look at that bear over there. Let's do that. Let's make sure I understand how gliders work. After you reach a mountain waypoint and have written its value in the mountain track, you may immediately glide to another non-mountain waypoint. Choose a waypoint, not a mountain, in the same grid square or an orthogonally adjacent grid square and draw a straight line to it, then circle the next space on the corresponding track. You do not collect any benefits from any woodland or lake spaces you move over, but you can visit them on a later movement. Okay, so we're going to, I make these dotted lines when I do these. So we're going over to these binoculars. It's a little bit windy, so we're going to go around this rabbit. So we're going to go to those binoculars and we're going to view this bear over here from a safe distance. You don't want to get too close to the bears. So I can circle these binoculars and circle the next point on the bear track. And that was worth 6 points plus 10. We earned 16 points on that turn. Now I need to make it through that bridge. Can I go through a bridge and then back across it? Seems like I'd be able to. Seems like that wouldn't be illegal. I hope so, because that's what I'm planning on doing. All right. Oh, we don't even need to roll the die, but just for the sake of doing everything. We have 2 movement points. I need to go across that bridge. I have, we used this for our glider. Okay, and then I have 5 water bottles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, go across the bridge, 5. It's going to take me a total of 5 movement points, and I only have 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, cross the bridge, go back, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we only had 2, so I'm going to cross off 3 water bottles just because, remember, I couldn't remember if I had crossed off that backpack, so I just want to leave that one unused just in case I had forgot. We could have used a kayak. Well, too late now. Let's see. So we did end our day at a campsite, so that's great. We satisfied the requirements for hard mode. We ended all 4 days at a campsite. So let's see. We are going to do this one here. We get our double bonus, and we want pairs of things. We managed to see a pair of bears. Now this one doesn't count, even though we viewed it with our binoculars. Only those that we saw near us, a little bit too close for comfort for those bears, right? Maybe they were across a valley or something. Okay, so that's 1 pair for 3 points times 2 is 6. All right, and we managed to go across all of the bridges. And what did I say there was? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 3 times 7 is 21 plus 10 because we got all of them. That's 31 points for our goal. Over here we have 12 points for bears. I forgot to say we ended our day, it was partly sunny. We did not have great weather on our hike. Only 1 point for rabbits. I think this is the first time ever that I didn't see any birds on my hike. Maybe we forgot maybe we were being too loud. Maybe we were wearing a bear bell or something. But we get 0 points there. We get 10 points for mountains, for a total of 23 points for our wildlife and our mountains. Here we have 15 points for our compasses, and our trig points are 18, so that's 33. Here I have, 16, 22, 28. For a total of 115 points. That's a pretty respectable score. That's actually more than I thought we were going to earn based on multiple bad rolls. Because look at this. We had 1 time we got 5 movement points, and another time we had 4, but all the other ones were 1s, 2s, and 3s. Oh no, we have another 4 over here. Each day we had 1. Well, except for this day over here was a terrible day. It was cold and rainy the whole day, a little bit of part sun at the end of the day. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. So put your score down in the comments if you played along with us, and let me know what you think of Waypoints. I think this game does a really amazing job for just being drawing lines on a map. Does an amazing job of sort of making you feel like you're going on this journey and seeing these animals and, taking a little hang glider trip or kayak down the river. I just really enjoy Waypoints. It's one of my favorite solo games for sure. I have only played this one solo. Anyway, that is Waypoints. And like I said, leave your score down in the comments and let me know what you think of Waypoints. If you've played it, if you've played the other maps, what you think of those maps, and if you've played any of the other games by Postmark Games, like Voyages or Aquamarine. I'd love to hear about that as well. So that's all I have for you for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!